like to welcome you to the Board of Public Works and Safety meeting of November 12th, 2020. Roll call, please. A fire drill or recess, one or the other.
Go to the nearest shelter.
Continuing on, I'm here. Here.
Here.
Any conflict of interest statement?
No, sir.
No. Approval of the minutes of the meeting of November 3rd, 2020. No.
I'm going to make a motion to defer the approval of the minutes of November 3rd, 2020.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item A, correspondence received from Fire Chief Jeffrey Smith requesting the following promotions. Private Dan Mishak to Fire Inspector, Private Brandon Dills to EMT 2, Private Mitchell LaCrone to EMT 2, and Private David Boltema to EMT 2 Paramedic, all effective November 2nd, 2020, submitted for approval.
I make a motion to approve Chief Smith's request.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Matters from board members. We have two items here, I believe. Green sheet signed by the mayor authorizing expenditures for the Lock Mueller Group for design engineering services for Kennedy Avenue improvements, 169th Street to 165th. The mayor has signed a request accompanied with the agreement with the Lock Mueller Group. Is there anything you'd like to add, Dean? Mr. Button?
Good morning. May I first just say I apologize for the environmental controls. We had a problem with the IT system connecting to it this morning, so please bear with us. This is a design agreement between the City of Hammond and Lock Mueller Group, who has been recognized as the consultant best suited for this project. This is a design of a roadway reconstruction through downtown Hessville between 165th and 169th. We have been coordinating for quite some time, even prior to the COVID situation with HC3, to try to accommodate. Mayor's been very vocal about this particular location, that we no longer want it to be a highly traveled roadway. We want it to look more like a downtown setting, and so this will accomplish that. We're looking at raised intersections and streetscaping and one lane each way through downtown Hessville. Engineering's reviewed the proposal, and we would recommend approval by the Board of Public Works and Safety.
Okay, I'm going to make a motion to approve Lock Mueller's request.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And the green sheet too, please.
Excuse me, and the green sheet,
And
yes.
the green sheet, yes. We have another request from Councilman Barry Tyler Jr. Requesting $13,908.20 for roadway restoration for the Reverend A.R. Burns Drive of a collapse in the roadway due to an old residential foundation. Work was completed under urgent conditions in August by Grimmer Construction. It's been signed by the councilman as well as the mayor.
So there was, we've had a few of these conditions where a roadway had been constructed over an old foundation. The foundation fill had been undermined, and the roadway started to collapse, and we didn't know why. There was no sewers in the area, and so we asked Grimmer to come out and uncover it. They did, and they found a foundation, and so they cleared it all out, backfilled it properly with flowable mortar, and then restored the roadway. We've had this happen on Michigan Street a couple of times since I've been with the city, and once on Legion Lane. And so for some reason this is happening, and we don't really have much of another choice, and we try to identify a contractor that can help us throughout. It seemed like Grimmer was a good choice at this stage. And I did review this with Councilman Tyler. He was aware of it throughout the entire process of the construction, and so we just didn't know what the price was going to be, and it came in, and that's where we have the green sheet now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Make a motion to approve Councilman Tyler's request.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And lastly, we have a design contract for new fire station number 2 that has been vetted by Mr. Smith. Is there anything you'd like to add to that, Dean?
I don't really have a lot to add. It's well, I shouldn't say that. Let me add a few points. This is going to be funded through the Hammond Port Authority.
Correct.
This is in replacement of fire station number 2. I had reviewed it and made some comments. Those comments have been incorporated. Kevin Smith reviewed it, and Corporation Council, and we recommend the Board of Works approve this agreement.
Okay, I'll make the motion to approve that agreement.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Moving on to matters from other department heads and/or their representatives. Anything? Okay. Item 8, new business. Change orders number 2 and 3 for the DES number 1500221, Chicago Street Phase 1 for a combined amount of $111,272 submitted for approval. Mr. Hutt.
Yes. This is for 2 separate items, and I might need some help recalling specifically what they were. There was some additional asphalt work that was needed to be done, temporary asphalt,
Yes.
and
Foundations?
removal
Unanticipated foundation?
of large concrete foundation where Ardulos had once stood that was not contemplated in the original construction. While the amount is $111,272, the city's contribution is only 20%. We have ran this by the controller. You'll note that I added a space at the very bottom of my cover letter to make sure that she's in concurrence with what I've said. And so we would, I have reviewed this with Corporation Counsel Kevin Smith, and we would ask that you approve this action today, please.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve change orders number 2 and 3 for the Chicago Street Phase 1 project.
I second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Item B, rental registration hearings regarding properties located at 1162 May Street, 824 Willow Court, 630 through 634 Thornton Street, 4242 Sheffield Avenue, 5723 Columbia Avenue, 4316 Dearborn Avenue, and 4129 Toll Avenue. Mr. Kalina.
Good morning.
Good morning.
First off, it's 1162 May. Mr. Powers, I believe, is here. He owes for 2020. It's a 3-unit. However, in 2018, you did waive the fees. Powers?
How many units again, Donnie?
3, sir.
And have you approached him with the agreement for 2020?
No, because of the waiver in 2018. We waived the fees in 2018. He appeared before the Board of Works.
Okay, and what was the reason in 2018 we were late, if you will?
I was going through a divorce, and my wife was in charge of doing that.
And so 2020, we're late because of
I came to pay it, and the building was closed, and then I came.
COVID,
and then I-
COVID-19?
And then I came back to pay it, and they told me that I missed a deadline to pay it. I came in voluntarily to pay it. I didn't get caught doing anything. And then I missed my last appointment because I was under doctor's care in White County, Indiana, and I just got released on the 21st of last month. I was sick for approximately 7 weeks and didn't work and was under quarantine.
Okay, Donnie, outside of 2018, the history's been good?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Powers, I'm going to make a motion to waive the late fees, but I can assure you that we won't do that again.
Appreciate that. Thank you very much.
So this is your second time, and usually that doesn't happen, but because of COVID, we've made a lot of different decisions this year, so just keep that in mind, okay?
Thank you very much.
Okay, so my motion is going to be to waive the late fee for all 3 units. You can register them at the end of the meeting today for a cost of $5 per unit.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can I get a second?
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. That was for 1162 May?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
3 units for
Okay,
20.
824 Willow Court.
824 Willow Court, it's owned by T&T Investments. We do have a representative here. They only owe for 2020, and it's a 1 unit.
Service has been good in the past?
Yes, sir, it has.
Okay. Any,
No problems.
no, with the waiver at all?
No,
The
no,
agreement?
she did sign it, I'm sorry, sir,
Oh,
yes.
she did?
Yes, she did?
You're obviously in agreement with the arrangement with code enforcement? Mm-hmm. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Have a seat, thank you.
Yeah, we need that done.
Donnie, I'm sorry, was she the homeowner or the? No, she represented them, okay. Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the agreement between the city and the property manager.
I second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next off is 630 through 34 Thornton, Francisco. He's also present. I spoke with him before the meeting. He only owes for 2020 for all 4 units. He has signed the waiver for the code.
4 units?
Yes, sir, gentlemen.
History's good?
Yes, we got it, sir. Sir, you want to step forward?
You're in favor of this arrangement, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right,
Okay.
thank you.
Make a motion to approve the agreement between the city and the homeowner.
I second.
Okay, you can have a seat, sir. We'll do it after
Those
the
in
meeting.
favor?
Aye.
Yeah, yes, sir, thank you. Next one's 4242 Sheffield, if I'm going too fast, sorry, Mr. President.
No.
Okay. I don't know why this was here before the board. It was for 2020, but however, we do have a rental affidavit that it's signed. According to the area inspector, it was signed that it's not being used as a rental at this time, so. Yeah, Chris is also here. He's verifying it, so I would say no action on that part, correct, sir? Yeah, no action.
Okay.
Next one's 5723 Columbia, also owes for 2020. It's a 1 unit. The new owner bought the property April 3rd. He brought the paperwork into us on June 11th, which was after the cutoff date. That's why he's in front of the Board of Works. And I don't believe anybody's here. Anybody here for 5723 Columbia? Don't believe so.
When's the last communication we had with him?
It was 6/11, sir, of this month, of this year.
How would he be notified? Mail for this? Yeah.
Donnie, are Dearborn and Toll and Columbia also kind of together?
No, Dearborn's got a late fee previous, and then,
Same owner?
Same owner, I meant, yes.
Same owner?
not that I'm aware of.
Okay, then let's do it separate then.
Yes, sir, sorry.
That's okay. So the first one was Columbia.
Yeah, 5723. Owes for 2020, it's a 1 unit. And the last communication we had in our office was June 11th, when he brought the paperwork in that he bought the building.
First time.
I was just trying to see where they mailed it to, if it was different.
Does it go to the Munster address on Winfield Drive? That's what I got.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, 10233.
Well, I think we got a gentleman coming in now. You here for the Board of Works, sir? You here for the Board of Works meeting? Yes. What's the address?
Columbia,
5723?
yes, sir.
Step right up.
Day.
Yeah.
That's all right. We're just talking about your case right now. State your name for the board, please.
Sergio Sanchez.
Okay.
Let me silence my phone. Sorry. Okay. Sergio Sanchez with it's 10233 Winfield Drive.
Just the 1 unit for 2020?
Yes, sir, yes.
Well, it says here that it's 3.
Yeah, that's what
There are 3 units. And I guess that was part of my misunderstanding, is I thought that you had the deadline And then you had to, if you bought something after that, that you had until the following year. And so I just was waiting to do them all at once. And then I was passing by and I'm like, well, I might as well bring them in.
So these, all three of these properties are yours?
Yes.
Okay.
And they were rented out.
Okay, so 5723 Columbia is one unit.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what about Dearborn, 4316 Dearborn?
One. And then 4129 Toll is two.
And all 4 units you owe for 2020 only?
All 4 units I own,
No, you owe for.
I owe
You didn't
for, yes,
register.
sir.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
And the reason that you're here today is due to,
Because I guess you have to register them within 30 days after purchase, and I thought that you just had until it was due the following year, or in January, I think it is the deadline, because that's when I had done some other ones. And so I was just waiting on them until, it was going to come to the deadline. I wasn't aware that you had to register them after, or within 30 days.
If I could clarify, you have until April 15th every year to register your properties. If they are vacant, you can register them, fill out an affidavit that it is vacant property. Then when you enter a lease with a new tenant, you have 30 days after that lease was signed to register that as being occupied. So get the tenant information,
Yeah.
be the police or fire if you needed to be there.
Okay.
Or we need to contact them.
Okay.
So it's not 30 days after you get it, after you own it, it's 30 days after you enter a lease, if you have an affidavit that was vacant before.
Okay.
So
And
all your information needs to be in by April 15th. If it's vacant, if it's under construction, or after you buy a building, come and let us know that it's your building, and when you rent a lease, you have 30 days after that lease is signed to register it with the information from the tenant.
Okay, so what if I'm like cleaning it up and stuff, getting it ready? Do I have to come in and do a vacant thing? How long do I have?
If you're doing it before April 15th, okay, you have to April 15th to get it, whatever information you have to us.
Okay.
If it's vacant and not being used as a rental, we have an affidavit for that. After the point that you actually went to occupy it, you're gonna put a tenant in there. After you sign the lease, you have 30 days after the lease was signed to register.
Okay. All right, okay. And what if it's on the market? What if I buy it and I'm putting it on the market right away?
Here's my advice for $5.
Yeah.
I'd register it. In
Okay.
case it doesn't go through, April 15th comes, you put a tenant in there, and you're gonna be back in here.
Okay.
So for $5, I'd register it.
So what about if I buy it after April 15th?
You have 30 days to let us know that you bought the property so we can get your contact information. Once you get it ready to.
So I have 30
be occupied,
days.
You have 30 days after the lease.
I understand that. I apologize. I didn't.
Okay, Mr. Sanchez, I'm gonna make a motion to waive the late fees for all 4 units for all 3 properties. That's my decision. You can,
Can I check my notes real quick, sir? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Can you, sorry. Just, how long have you owned 4316 Dearborn?
316 Dearborn. Couple months, maybe midsummer?
Of this year?
Yes.
Okay.
We have different contact information, Doc?
No, because I got a Chicago address in ours.
Yeah, that was the people I bought it from.
Okay.
Or the relatives of the person I bought it from, I suppose.
Okay.
And that's my point of letting us know that you bought, purchased the property, you put it down as vacant, not being used as rental. We need to contact you if there's a problem with that property, whatever information.
Okay.
Got it.
Sorry, sir. We're good. Yep, we're good.
okay, that's my motion.
I'll second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Mr. Sanchez, you can register at a cost of $5 per unit at the end of today's meeting, okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you. Item C, disposal authorization submitted for approval. Mr. Perez, you good with all these?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I make a motion to approve the disposal authorizations.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 9, old business, status on property located at 5639 Alice Avenue. Anyone associated with the property here? Mr. Kearney?
President, the situation with this property is it was on the demolition list, and the alert in our system that would identify it as a demo property was not entered as a demo property. It was just an alert for the property address. So when you go into notes, it's been listed as a demo property. Subsequently, there's been permits that have been issued for this property that was on the demo list, but was not notified. So the girls did not catch that it was actually on the demo list. There have been permits pulled, there have been inspections pulled. I would like to give it out for 3-4 weeks, so we can go in and get caught up and make sure of the work's been done, get final inspections, and I think probably at that point we'll be able to remove it completely.
Right now here?
Yeah. Is December 10th, okay?
That's fine.
For status?
Status.
All right.
I'm gonna make a motion to set that over for status, for December 10th, 2020.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item 10, meeting open to the public. Anybody here like to speak about anything concerning city? Hearing none, seeing none.
Okay,
Mr. Long?
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. No vocab
Thank-
word, man.
Thank you.